Hello everyone and welcome to Spanish from Scratch. I'm Eduardo and in this video I'm going to teach you the equality form in Spanish. In the previous video, we learned how to make the comparative. We were saying phrases like un iPhone es más caro que un Samsung, an iPhone is more expensive than a Samsung, or Alaska es más frío que Hawaii, Alaska is colder than Hawaii. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you the form as in Spanish, like Cuba es tan caliente como México. Cuba is as hot as Mexico. Or yo soy tan alto como mi hermano. I am as tall as my brother. So without any further ado, let's go into the whiteboard. Okay, here we are, guys. So as always, we're going to start by looking at some examples and explain the structure. Okay, so we're going to have in the first example, mi hermano es tan inteligente como mi papá. One more time. Mi hermano es tan inteligente como mi papá. So, my brother is as intelligent as my dad. Now, in this case, again, we'll have the adjective inteligente. And we'll put it between two words. In this case, will be tan como. Now, tan como is the equivalent in Spanish to say as. Like, as intelligent as. Tan inteligente como. For example, para mí, fumar es tan malo como beber alcohol. One more time. Para mí, fumar es tan malo como beber alcohol. So, for me, smoking is as bad as drinking alcohol. So, let's repeat. Tan malo como. As bad as. Say, la música ya no es tan buena como antes. One more time. La música ya no es tan buena como antes. So music is not as good as before anymore. So we say tan buena como antes. As good as. Now, let's take a look at this. Now, saying as in the comparative form, we'll put the verbs in the normal form, okay, without changing it. And we're going to put it between two words. So let's remember, when we say más que is more intelligent than. Tan como, as intelligent as. Okay, so tan como is what we need to remember. Now, in this case, we won't have irregular adjectives. We'll simply say tan and the adjective. For example, we will use the words malo and bueno. Tan malo como, tan buena como. As well, the gender or the ending of the adjectives will depend on the subject that we are comparing. For example, la música is female, so we say buena because they need to match in gender and number. Fumar is an action and we say that is as bad as drinking alcohol. Es tan malo como. Now, fumar is the subject, but fumar is a verb, and verbs are male. So we say, fumar es tan malo como. And mi hermano, in this case, hermano is masculine, but inteligente doesn't have a female or a masculine form. So it just stays as inteligente. Mi hermano es tan inteligente como mi papá. Also, if it's plural, we will simply add the S at the end. Bueno, buena, buenos, buenas. Malo, mala, malos, mala. So let's practice with a little adjectives. If I say as cheap as, tan barato como, as tall as, tan alto como, as delicious as, tan delicioso como, as old as, tan viejo como, as intelligent as, tan inteligente como. So very straightforward, very easy to remember. Now let's do a little practice. Now here we have Emily and Susie and Alex and Thomas. And they are twins, or in Spanish we say gemelos. So let's take a look at the things that they are similar, okay? For example, let's go with Alex and Thomas. And let's take the word alto, tall. So we can say Alex is as tall as Thomas. We will say Alex es tan alto como Tomás. One more time. Alex es tan alto como Tomás. Let's do with Emily and Susie. And let's use the word pretty, bonita. And let's say, Emily is as pretty as Susie. We say, Emily es tan bonita como Susie. One more time. Emily es tan bonita como Susie. Let's go again with Alex and Thomas. And let's use the word pesado. Pesado means heavy. And let's say, Alex is as heavy as Thomas. Say, Alex es tan pesado como Tomás. One more time. Alex es tan pesado como Tomás. Now, let's use Emily and Susie. And let's use the adjective delgado, thin. And let's say Emily is as thin as Susie. We say Emily es tan delgada como Susie. One more time. Emily es tan delgada como Susie. But now, Emily and Susie are very different from Alex and Thomas, right? So let's put the difference comparing them. Now, let's compare Alex and Emily. And let's use the word bajo, short. And let's say, Alex is not as short as Emily. We say, Alex no es tan bajo como Emily. One more time. Alex no es tan bajo como Emily. Now, let's go with Emily. And let's compare Emily now to Alex. And let's use the adjective ruidoso. Ruidoso means loud. And let's say Emily is not as loud as Alex. We say Emily no es tan ruidosa como Alex. One more time. Emily no es tan ruidosa como Alex. Now let's compare Thomas and Susie. And let's say Thomas is not as delicate as Susie. We'll use the word delicado. And we say Tomás no es tan delicado como Susie. One more time. Tomás no es tan delicado como Susie. Now let's compare Susie to Thomas. And let's use the adjective pesado, heavy. And we say Susie is not as heavy as Thomas. We say Susie no es tan pesada como Thomas. Otra vez, Susie no es tan pesada como Thomas. Now, if we make it in the plural form, let's compare Emily and Susie and Alex and Thomas. And let's say that they are not as loud as they. We say, Emily y Susie no son tan ruidosas como Alex y Thomas. Otra vez, Emily y Susie no son tan ruidosas como Alex y Tomás. So we say ruidosas because it's the plural form, okay? It's the plural comparison. And now let's say Alex and Thomas are not as pretty or as cute as Emily and Susie. And let's use the word bonito. So we say Alex y Thomas no son tan bonitos como Emily y Susie. One more time. Alex y Thomas no son tan bonitos como Emily y Susie. And now let's say Emily and Susie are as intelligent as Alex and Thomas. Let's use the word inteligente. We say Emily y Susie son tan inteligentes como Alex y Tomás. One more time. Emily y Susie son tan inteligentes como Alex y Tomás. Very well. So now you can practice with these two and you can use all the adjectives that you have learned or more adjectives that you can think of. And you can be using the comparative form, más que, or the equality form, tan como. Okay? Now, if you found this video useful, guys, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. And also to share this video with anyone you think might be interested in learning Spanish. As well, remember, I am an online Spanish teacher, so if you're interested in taking private lessons, I will link down my teacher profile down below. Any comments or suggestion, I'll be very happy to read it. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.